13 Fishing Trick Shop Gold Digger Kit. Man, that's gonna look freaking sweet. I'm stoked. That's gonna be awesome. Then I got these bearings from Spool Speed, high speed bearings. Been selling these on my 13 Fishing Concept A2. All right, let's get started. We're gonna start with the handle. Man, look at that. That looks freaking sweet. The black with the gold, love it. All right, it's a new handle, new Star Drag, same thing, black and gold. Purdy. Okay, this little retention ring thing here. That'll replace this one. And we got this little nut. And that'll replace that one. Move these to the side for now. Alright, so that should be everything we need to do the handle and the Star Drag. But you know what's going to be easier? It's going to be easier to do that once the handle's off. So, little spool tension knob. Beautiful. Alright, now I'm going to start by popping that screw. And I'm trying to keep the camera set up so you can kind of see what it is that I'm doing. I am not a professional at doing this. I am sure there are others out there making much nicer videos than this. But this really isn't meant to be a step-by-step. It's more of a just showing off my new toy. We're going to take that part out. That screw we're going to need. This piece we can actually put off to the side because we got a replacement for that. And we're going to pop this nut loose. And we need a 10mm socket, you know, whatever you got. Okay. At this point, you want to start being careful. This Star Drag is actually spring-loaded on here, so you want to keep pressure down on it so it doesn't come flying off on you. Like I can already feel it wanting to come loose. So we're going to take that off. That can also go on the waist side. I'm going to move my pressure down to the Star Drag. At that point, I should be able to pop the handle right off. There we go. Okay, another stack of OEM over there. And now we've got, this is the part you got to really be careful with. Actually, I looked this part up online. This little plastic disc here is your clicker. If you look underneath, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's got these little grooves under it. And that's what makes your drag click. We'll need that back. And then on the Star Drag itself, which now I'm just going to go ahead and take off. Ooh, dirty. But alright, so on the Star Drag itself, there's this little metal pin. Let's see if you can see that. I'm going to point it to it with my screwdriver. That is what rubs against the grooves on that piece of plastic and makes the clicking noise. Look how small it is. That's crazy. And then there's also, speaking of small parts, this tiny little spring inside there. Now the spring orientation doesn't matter, but when it gets to this little clicker thing down here, you want to make sure the point is facing up when we put this back on. No, not this one. The new fancy pretty one. And I'm not going to tear it down any further than that. I don't believe it's necessary to do so. I am going to pull the spool tension knob while we're here, because that's so much easier to do. Go, nothing special in there I gotta worry about. And the first new part going on. There we go. And I can make adjustments to that later. Not a big deal. Alright, now we're gonna build the Star Drag back up. I think I'm going to attempt to do it please don't lose these little parts. Okay, so there's the spring. Back in there. Picking this little guy up. Looks like I got him, but I gotta get it oriented. Oop. Oh man, do not lose this. Now the reality is, if you lose it, everything will still work properly. It just won't click. And I want it to click. Oh, this is horrible. This little part here sucks. Because again, you got to get it in that tiny little spring with the tip up. Maybe I don't need my drag to click. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. That's in there. All right. Whew. That might have been the hardest part of this whole thing so far. All right, so now that's got to find its spot. Okay, I think it did. Yep, that felt like it seated nice. Okay, and then we got this little click washer thing. I'm sure that's the technical term. I got to get it on so as not to disturb that stupid little thing over there. Think we're good. Again, keeping pressure this whole time, especially now that I got this little click plate on. I'm hoping I got it on right. Okay. This thing on hand tight should be enough. Ooh, okay, now you can let go of the thing. Man, that is slick looking. Okay, we got clicking, that's good. Alright, that's very good. Things click. Alright. Now, I got that hand tight. We can go ahead and tighten it up for real. Not overly tight, just snug. We got that little gold retainer ring there. And the only part we got to reuse so far is that little screw we took out first. There we go. Look at that so far. Man, that looks sweet. Alright. Next, I think we're going to mess with this little nose cone part. Because that is going to be kind of awkward. But what I read on the 13 Fishing blog somewhere was that I can bust that loose if I get it dead center. Let's see if I can show you where I'm going. See how I got this piece? This is the piece we're going to replace. And I've got it dead center in the reel. I should be able to pop it loose. There we go. And now I should be able to, with a little bit of effort, maneuver that out. I mean, obviously I got to finish unscrewing it, but I should be able to get it loose and then maneuver it and just kind of angle it just right. I might be able to get it out of there. Otherwise, you got to take half the reel apart. Oh, got it. Check that out. All right, well, that was easy enough. Nothing's coming out of there, so I guess we're good. Probably should have dug this out ahead of time, but oh well. Here we go. So now, whoop, dropping stuff. That's not good. Hold on. Success. Might have a little more cat hair on it than initially, but I found it. All right, I was able to slide that on. Actually, that one in there pretty, almost too easy. Look at that. All right, sweet. That actually did work. That's it. That's all you need. Just kind of tighten it up, snug it on there. Oh, that's sweet. A lot of people don't mess with that part because they don't want to take the whole reel apart. Turns out you don't have to. Oh, that is pretty sweet. All right, the only other two parts in here I gotta pop out now are these little caps. Now, why these don't come installed, I'm not sure. That just seems weird. Those just install right here on the handles to finish off the look. They got these nice little gaskets on them. As much as I don't want to scratch the finish, I do want them in there nice and tight. As you can see, these have, well, if you can see, these have these little gaskets on them. Ooh, probably should not drink 3 cups of coffee before doing this kind of work, but hey. Check that out. Now again, this was just a cosmetic upgrade. But one heck of an upgrade if you ask me. Alright, one more part that we get to replace. And that's the spool. Full disclosure, this bearing has already been replaced. I did that off camera because I lost the little spring that holds the bearing in there and I had to find a new one, and what a nightmare. So that is the new bearing, but I'm going to do this one on camera. If you can see it, there is, here's your spool shaft, here's your bearing. Okay, this pin needs to come out in order to get that bearing off and that bearing on. Now it does have a skinny side and a thick side. Looks like that's the skinny side. Open the tool up. I'm gonna try to do this so you can see it. I'm trying to stay as straight on it as possible. I really don't want to bend anything. Oh, yeah, look at that. There it goes. All right. All right, that's pretty cool. Then once you take it with that end, you unscrew this piece, and you spin it around. Now it's got a little pointed end on it, and that should push that pin out the rest of the way. Look at that. There it goes, and it's even got that little section where it's going to catch it for you. That's great. It kind of keeps it oriented the way it should be too. That is a brand new bearing. I'm not going to get rid of that. It's a brand new bearing, but so is this, and apparently it's a fancier bearing. So we'll just slide that on. Ooh. Yep. Impressed already. Push the skinny end in. Okay. This is actually the scary part. I mean, you can always replace stuff, but as hard as it is to find these parts, I'm trying not to mess nothing up. That's pretty close, I think. All right, and then we're gonna put 1 drop, less is more, oil on that bearing. Same thing, I haven't done it yet. I did install it, but this bearing is going to get 1 drop. There we go. Install the new spool. Oh, that's pretty. And there she is. The new tricked out Concept A2. Alright, that's it. That was not difficult at all, I gotta tell you. I I love the way this thing looks. Oh man. Oh. Look at that thing. That really is pimped out. I like that. One of my favorite reels. So to breathe a little new life into it like that, that is friggin' awesome. I absolutely love it. I have another Concept reel. It's the Concept C2. It's the white one. I am on the lookout for the chrome kit. I think the chrome will match that white. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to be playing with this thing for a while. I can't wait to get it strung up. And even though I can't buy a fish right now, I can't wait to go cast with it and see how she works. So again, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.